I say all the time that Scottish people scare me, like I don't even think we're real. And if you've been following this channel over the last month, then you may have seen my 2 Scotland Degenerates videos. I think I might have found my calling by doing something that nobody else is doing, and that's exposing Scottish BAMs. And eventually I'll branch out and I'll do British Degenerates, American Degenerates, and etc. We'll keep going. We've got so many. I'm also looking into doing more true crime content and some more things to do with horror movies as well, so stay tuned for those videos coming in the near future. Oh, my voice just cracked. I think I'm going through puberty. If you're interested. But this part's a good one because I was actually reached out to a woman on Instagram, a really lovely woman who shared her story with me, and I'm going to be sharing that story with you, gorgeous lot. So without further ado, this is part 3 of Scotland's biggest degenerates. Jade Charlotte Crawford. Now, the woman who reached out to me wishes to be remained anonymous for obvious reasons. So I'm going to read out our conversation and then I'll dive into some of the case details that I found online. So she said, I've got it open here. Hi there, I don't usually do this. I'm originally from East Kilbride and I just watched your video on the girl who faked her pregnancy. You mentioned making a video on Scottish BAMs. I was wondering if you've heard of Jade Charlotte Crawford. When I was 16, she attacked me in the bus station outside East Kilbride Town Centre. I took her to court 3 times, but she got away with it from never turning up. This is someone who terrorised me from age 15 to 17, and she jumped me when I was 16 and when she was 21. But there's more. A few years after my attack, I am sure she attacked more than just me. She was feared for a reason. But she was later taken into court of extortion and prostitution. Ooh. Basically, she was extorting men who were asking her for, and she threatened to tell their wives if they didn't pay her. She got away with all of it because she claimed she did it to pay for her mum's medication. I don't know how she got away with it when the NHS pay for prescriptions. So I sent a screenshot of a news article that I found online and I said, is this her by any chance? She said, yeah, that's her. I'm just frustrated by it all because I feel although she has escaped justice, like massively. So I said, I'm just reading into her just now. Wow, that's crazy. I'm so sorry you had to go through all that. I'd be more than happy to cover this scumbag if you'd be willing to allow me to use your story and have you as part of the video. People like her deserve to be blasted. She said, you don't need to talk about it. It would be a short story, I think. Not much there. I don't mind being part of the story, but can I stay anonymous as I'm not a public person? When I was 16, a friend of hers jumped me. She was 15 and I charged her, and she admitted to police so she was given an ASBO. That's why Jade jumped me, because the other girl couldn't. She threatened to have her dad R-word me. Her words were, do you know who my dad is? I said no. She said, my dad's just out the jail for R-wording a wee girl in Calderwood, and now he's after you. That's when she got me and swung me about. Someone intervened and stopped it before I got seriously hurt, because as you can see, she was a big woman and I was a tiny, skinny 16-year-old. I had to go to court when I was pregnant, due to give birth on the 3rd of August, and the second court date was the 29th of July, so you can imagine how pregnant I was at the time. I said, yeah, absolutely, I do a series called Scottish Degenerates where I talk about these sort of people, and they're usually short segments, and of course I will keep you completely anonymous. That is absolutely insane. That must have been such a stressful time for you. She'll get her day. She said, thank you so much. I just feel robbed of justice, and I know it was years and years ago, but it just annoys me that she got away with all of it. Even the stuff she didn't do to me, she got away with it all. I went to court a total of 3 times, and I was told there were warrants of her arrest, but that's all I know, because after the 3rd time that was it, and then a year later I saw that exact news report. I thought she would have been sentenced for something, especially with her history, but I guess the lawyers didn't look into all of it, or the judge didn't consider it. I'm not the only little girl she attacked. They also threatened my little sister online and at school after I left. She was a minor, 3 years younger than myself. So again, if I see a video on her, you will have helped me get some form of justice for what happened, so thank you. I love you reporting and supporting. I don't need that bit. She was also part of the centre crew, which was a mix of adults and teens that hung about town after it was closed. Loads of guys in their 20s going out with minors and buying them alcohol. That's who she associated with. She also said that I was free to reach out if I needed any more information, but that's sort of the conversation, how that conversation went. So I was like, I need to look more into this. But basically she pretty much provided all the details. Like, this is her reporting, not mine. So looking online, I found that article from the Daily Record written by Andrea Lambrow, and the title is East Kilbride sex worker who drove client to the brink of suicide over blackmail plot dodges jail. Now, this article is from the beginning of December 2017. It was exposed that Jade would message with these men online and threaten to expose their sleazy secrets if they did not pay her. So she was 23 years old at the time, which would make her 31 years old now. It's believed that she would advertise her services on an adult website called adultwork.com under the username Chantel EK. Possibly the EK stands for East Kilbride? I'm not sure, but that's my idea. One man was so stressed and overwhelmed by the whole situation that his mental health took a very dark toll, as Jade would send him threatening text messages on WhatsApp. So one text message read, "Does your wife know you see escorts?" She then went onto the man's Facebook page, took photos of him and his wife, sent them to him, saying it would be a shame for her to know what you've been up to, and then she brought up his children. It's clear that she did this to multiple men, and eventually Jade was arrested for it. She pled guilty to extortion and her case was seen at Hamilton Sheriff Court. So she was actually sentenced to 12 months of supervision and 150 hours of unpaid work rather than any jail time. The judge took into account the remorse that she felt for her actions, which is complete and utter bull because this woman feels nothing. To the lady who shared her story, thank you so much for reaching out and allowing me to share your words. I'm so sorry that you had to go through what you did, but it's crazy. It's a crazy story, but thank you. I've actually had a few people reach out to me with cases and people that they'd like me to see cover, and I've written them all down. I always welcome your DMs, and I will always answer. My socials are below in the description, so if you have anything that you'd like to share, my Instagram is open. I do ask that you guys stay away from my Facebook because that's more personal, and there's not much on there, to be fair. So Instagram is definitely the way to go. I have had a few people message me on Messenger and I can't answer on there, sorry, but Instagram and TikTok is fine. But yeah, you can follow my TikTok as well, that's in the description. So that's all of the information that I was able to get on Jade Crawford, but the next person on our list is a lot more known. John Shields. Now, John Shields is not really somebody that I'd heard of until just about a month ago, and now he constantly comes up on my TikTok For You page with his live streams. 3 times I've clicked on his live streams and stayed for a couple of minutes. The first time he was sitting in silence, drinking what looked like a bottle of alcohol and crying. The second time he had a screenshot of his PayPal account as a green screen begging for donations. He does this frequently.
Right, can everybody send £1 to the PayPal in the bio? Do you know what, just fuck it, everybody send £1 to the PayPal in the bio, I'm begging.
The third time he was arguing with a lady, and I actually screen recorded this because it was just nuts, and I'll play this clip.
To realise the shite people. Do you get what I mean?
Hi, Loza.
Hi, listen,
Loza, babe, how you doing?
Right, John, you asked me to request and then why? Right, so why you call me a junkie? I don't know, Jamie.
I didn't call you a junkie.
How am I a junkie? You
I
tell me
didn't call
how
you
I'm a
one, babe. What you
junkie.
doing?
I could take a fucking drug test right now and clean for everything. How are you saying that?
Hen, I didn't call you a junk ball.
You did.
No, I did not, babe.
But I'll tell you one thing, keep fucking Jade's name out your...
Did I call her a crackhead? I'm sorry, but like, see when Loza makes 70 videos in a night, like, it kinda looks like she's a crackhead. Like, see when Loza doesn't make 7 videos for 7 fucking days and then she makes 70 videos in one fucking night. I'm sorry, but it kinda looks like Loza's a crackhead.
John, you're the one that needs to sort your fucking head out, darling. Do not criticise me. And you're obviously bringing my Wayne up. I need to be a better naughty my Wayne. I'm at call.
Need to bro up your vein. The only thing I've spoke about you losing is your teeth to crack, babe. I have never brought up your veins. I have never ever spoke about your veins. Never. I don't even know who they are. I don't even know that you've got fucking veins.
I'll prove you I'm not on fucking any what you're saying. See that scratch you've got in your face? You'll need to worry about more than a fucking scratch.
You'll notice that John has a large scratch, like, across his face, and it's clear that he's been in a physical fight. And what's not surprising at all is that he live streamed this fight, and I have the clip.
I've came up this fucking run the fucking court now, John. John, I'll get John and knock you the fuck out. I'm waiting for you. Drop hands. See the cameras, what? Do the cameras work? Do they? Oh, so you have to do it in front of a fucking camera, didn't you?
Drop hands.
What, you standing like a teenage mutant ninja turtle with a fucking scag?
Drop hands.
Shagging your own sister, mate, didn't you?
Drop hands.
Mate, I just want you so I can... Right, move
Who flies who ran? Who flies who ran?
Move it, go on.
Drop hands.
Move it, go on.
Go. Go.
Go on. Go on.
So if Jake Paul is looking for his next contender, he does not have to look very far. Looking further into the rabbit hole that is John Shields' life, I found an STV news article from September 17, 2025, just over a month ago, which shares details of how just after 11 PM on Monday the 18th of August, John Shields was live when he was approached by a man who was then subject to indecent comments and touching. So in other words, he essayed a random man in a train station. I also found some videos from when John spent some time living in a tent.
I'm on live, so they'll see everything I've said to you,
You're
John.
going alive.
Aye?
So you're coming here, harassing my dog, putting him under further stress.
So
that
you
can
can't,
get
no,
alive.
so you
No,
can't
don't
accuse
pretend
us.
this is about Archie. Don't pretend
Aye,
this
it
is
is.
Archie. This is about you and your life. That's pathetic.
What that?
This
Is that
about
right?
you
Is
and
that
your
right,
life.
John?
This
Is that
about
right?
you and
Is that
your
right?
life.
What was my
When
first
that
words?
happened-
What was my
when
first
that
words to you?
happened-
What, you going to take your dog to a
when that
vet?
happened-
You going to let's take you to the
when that
vet?
happened,
Are you?
I'm not letting you
Exactly.
get in a motor with a crackhead. I'm not getting in a motor with a Jack Benny looking like balls.
John.
Hello. Can you do something about these free crackheads?
I'm not a crackhead.
See for that video, got a swan for covering his dog behind the legs.
Haven't?
John,
Put that
can you
there.
not do the right thing? Honest
No,
to
I
God.
haven't.
See, if you loved that dog, like you say you do, you wouldn't be doing this.
If you can,
Don't shout. I'm not shouting at you.
you both can.
I'm not shouting.
Hello, I'm being harassed. Hello, I'm currently being
I'm not
harassed by
shouting.
crackheads that are on a live stream that apparently phoned and made false reports to the police last night and have done 21 times over the past 3 weeks.
Well, it's not like we done it 21 times.
I do know that he's no longer living on the streets in this tent, but I'm not sure about his current situation. I think that he's living in some sort of homeless unit or a hostel, but I genuinely cannot sit on his streams for any more than a couple of minutes because all he does is beg and it stresses me out. Honestly, if you go onto TikTok and you type in his name, so many clips come up. There's actually one of him arguing with the police. There was one video where he phoned a newspaper, the Daily Mail, and threatened legal action against them because they wrote a story about him.
Hi, my name's John Shields. You posted an article about me this morning submitted by a prominent liar, Jack Johnson, and I've since threatened legal action due to defamation of character and misinformation, complete and utter total lies, which you've posted this morning. Can I get an update on whether that article is going to get taken down or should I take that further with my lawyer?
It sounds like you need to make a complaint to us, but to do that you need to email it in. So
It sounds like I need to speak to your superior because this is a potentially.
Yeah, so to do that you need to send in an email.
I'm not gonna send in an email. I am going to take legal action through my lawyer. No. I am going to take legal action through my.
I could make a full length video on him if I sat down and went through every single video on TikTok. So if that's something that you would like to see, please let me know and I'll provide. I probably will end up doing it, it's me. Of course I will. Any Scottish degenerate I'm making a video about. So the third person on our list is also a TikTok star. Scottish Declan. Now, I would just like to clarify that Scottish Declan, also known as Declan Green, is not a degenerate in terms of someone who constantly gets into trouble with the law, or is like constantly involved in like crazy controversies. Now, what he's most known for is setting up his camera, filming himself dancing in very is there 100% and he does have a lot of supporters and people in his comment sections bigging him up. But if you're going to film yourself doing TikTok dances in public, especially in Scotland, you're going to get a lot of trolls and a lot of haters. One thing that he gets a lot of hate for is that he rides around on a mobility scooter. that has a private plate on it. And I can't decide if that's class as fuck. Oh, I need to stop swearing, sorry, I didn't mean that. I've been told to stop swearing. Or if that's a bit mental. There was a TikTok that was posted back in January of this year where someone in a black vehicle rolls down the window and lobs a burger at Declan as he scoots down the side of what looks like a country road. He's just scooting down the road and he just gets whacked with a burger. I don't want to say funny because that's sad, but it's funny. Another thing, and the only reason that Declan has made it onto this list is because he's actually on benefits, apparently, allegedly. I did see somewhere that this was for social anxiety, which, I mean, surely if he's making videos of him like dancing like that in public, then surely not. But many people are claiming benefit fraud. Like, that's just the main thing that he's involved in. There were so many comments and stuff under all of his TikToks, but they've all been removed. Obviously, I don't know his financial situation. It does say that he's a full-time content creator, so surely he must be making money from TikTok. So I don't know. He films like daily vlogs of him going out places and spending money and doing that, so I mean, surely if he was on benefits then he wouldn't be able to do that. I don't know. But I wouldn't have an opinion on anybody's financial situation anyway. Fuck all to do with me. Oh fuck. Sorry. I meant shoot. He also posts TikToks and it's just screenshots of hate messages that he receives. Probably not something that should be shared, but hey ho, you do what you do. It's sort of like putting fuel on the fire. I reached out to Declan to see if he'd be willing to share his opinion on the hate that he receives, but unfortunately I got no response. Fair enough, I wouldn't respond to me either. But that's all I've got for you guys this week. Again, I've got a long list of people to cover, so there will be plenty of more parts coming as soon as. If you have a story or an experience that you would like to share, or someone that you would like me to cover, please leave a comment on this video, or if it's rather personal you can email me or DM me on Instagram. I do have a new email set up for like PR and collabs and stuff, so I'll put that on the screen. It's also probably in the description somewhere, I don't know. I'm also going to try and get my TikTok content back up on track and start doing... Something's wrong with my voice. And I'm going to start doing daily vlogs again, so if you're interested in getting to know me better, then you can check me out over there. Yeah, thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.